This week's safety toolbox talk is in regard to these hard hats. I've been here at Berglund Construction Company for 10 years. I'm always looking for subject matter to discuss in regard to safety's best practice. And I've realized I've only sent out one safety talk in 10 years on hard hats. There's a lot going on these days in 2020. This spring, we've got a virus going around. We've got people wearing hard hats every day. They're washing their hands. They're trying to keep clean. And the one thing that we probably never think about is our hard hat and our hard hat hygiene. When you come to work at Berglund, you're given this brand new hard hat. After 5 years, maybe you could be on 20, 30 different job sites and you end up with all these required, sometimes stickers for projects or training stickers, the American flag, so on and so forth. And then there's also, in theory, the age of a hard hat and the speculation of how long is a hard hat good for. Let's start off with the hygiene, seeing that we're dealing with a current virus. Our hard hats, with suspension obviously, protect our noggins, but they become filthy. This is something that you should be keeping clean because this can be a hygiene nightmare. We have yellow hard hats for people that have worked here at Berglund for more than 90 days. They typically start off with a blue hard hat and a brand new suspension that goes into that hard hat. But let's just say that this is a mechanical contractor's hard hat, HVAC maybe, plumber maybe, and he's threading pipe and he's always taking this hard hat and putting it on and taking it off, and his entire brim in time becomes corroded with grease and oils. That breaks down the integrity of a hard hat, and in theory, so do all these stickers. Breaks down the integrity of a hard hat. In addition to ultraviolet rays break down the integrity of a hard hat. A hard hat's life expectancy is 4 years. You can tell by this dial on your hard hat what year and what month your hard hat was made. But if it's just sitting on a shelf, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's in use. The 4 years comes into play once you start wearing that hard hat. And once again, we should be taking a hard look at our hard hats to take a look at their integrity to see if they're filthy or if they're 5 years old and just need to be replaced. Or sometimes the suspension needs to be replaced. So if we're just going to order up the suspension, let's make sure it's the suspension for the V-Guard hard hats that we wear all the time. The purpose of a hard hat is to protect your head. An individual's head weighs between 8 and 11 pounds typically. And if we have anybody working overhead, we've got crane picks, we've got guys on suspended boards, and there might be work overhead. Falling object protection. This is our primary protection to protect our head from injuries. Looking back at an analysis, it indicated in 2015 that there were 65,000 cases in a 3 or 4 year study resulting in head injuries. And that same year, 1,020 workers died of head injuries. This used to be difficult for tradesmen to wear on a regular basis. I don't see that very often anymore. I see our owners, our architects, our engineers, our tradesmen, our subcontractors really complying well with wearing hard hats. That is Berglund's policy. But let's take a look at our hard hats. Let's see when they were made. Let's see if they need to be replaced. Let's take a hard look at the hygiene of our hard hats and act accordingly. Let's have a safe day out there. Let's have a safe week. Thank you.